The endless expanse of rice paddies stretching as far as the eye could see, the rich green of the hills rolling in the distance, and the warm air filled with the soothing song of cicadas. This was the village of Ayomura, a place where time seemed to slow down to the pace of nature. In this tranquil village nestled amidst the hills of Japan, life had always moved to the rhythm of the seasons, the cycle of planting and harvesting, the changing hues of cherry blossoms and maple trees. It was here that our story begins. Our protagonist, Haruto Sakamoto, was a 28-year-old man who had once chased the neon lights and bustling energy of Tokyo. He had dreams that were as big as the city's towering skyscrapers, aspirations that didn't quite fit in the tranquil setting of his hometown. After his father's passing, Haruto found himself drawn back to his family home, a quaint wooden house with walls that whispered stories of generations past. He carried with him a sense of guilt for leaving his family and a determination to revive the failing farm that his ancestors had nurtured for generations. But the farm was in dire need of revival. The weeds had claimed the edges of the rice paddies. The water channels were clogged and the tools lay abandoned and rusty. Yet Haruto was resolute. With calloused hands and a heart full of purpose, he began his arduous task. The rising sun cast long shadows as Haruto worked. His movements were awkward, his steps unsure. He struggled to balance in the muddy water, his city shoes squelching with each step. The seedlings felt alien in his hands, and the rows he planted were far from straight. The villagers who passed by couldn't help but chuckle at the city boy trying in vain to be a farmer. Yet Haruto pressed on, his determination fueled by the tired eyes of his mother, Ayako, who had shouldered the burden of the farm alone. One evening, a gruff but kind voice broke through Haruto's concentration. It was Mr. Takeda, an elderly farmer who had witnessed more seasons than he could remember. With a twinkle in his eye, he shared with Haruto the secrets of the land, teaching him the language of water, the needs of the soil, and the patient rhythm of the rice. Under Takeda's guidance, Haruto began to find his footing. His hands toughened, his steps became surer, and a slow smile touched his lips. He was learning the age-old dance of farming, and it was teaching him more than just the steps. But their idyllic world was soon shattered by a fierce storm that swept through the village. Haruto and his mother rushed out into the night, battling wind and rain as they tried to protect the farm. And when the sun peeked timidly through the clouds the following morning, it revealed the extent of the damage. Flooded paddies, uprooted seedlings, and a disheartened spirit. As days turned into weeks, the battered crops showed signs of life once again. Yet a shadow of doubt lingered in Haruto's heart. Could he really shoulder this responsibility? Would he be able to withstand the silent tests of nature? The answer came not in words, but in actions. The villagers, led by Mr. Takeda, rallied together to help Haruto. They shared their resources, their knowledge, and their strength. Side by side, they replanted, nurtured, and secured the crops. As the rice grew, so did Haruto's resolve. He realized that farming was not merely about tilling the land. It was about nurturing life, about enduring challenges, and above all, about community. Finally, the day arrived when the rice stood tall and golden in the sun. The air was thick with the scent of ripening grain and the promise of plenty. The villagers gathered, their laughter echoing in the vast fields, their hands working in unison as they cut the rice stalks. For Haruto, it was more than just a harvest. It was a celebration of life, a tribute to nature and a testament to the enduring spirit of his community. That evening, as the sky blazed with hues of orange and pink, Haruto stood in the heart of his thriving fields. His heart swelled with a profound sense of belonging. He was no longer just a city boy who had come to the village. He was a farmer, a guardian of the land, and a link to the generations that had cultivated these fields before him. In the tapestry of Ayomura, he had found his thread.